Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to our journey of self-discovery and healing. Today, we're diving into part 2, identifying patterns of perfectionism. If you've ever felt like you were expected to conquer the world because your parents set the bar impossibly high, this one's for you. Let's start with a little trip down memory lane. Remember those report card days? If you were the kid who got showered with praise for straight A's or nailing that perfect performance, you might be nodding right now. But here's the thing. While that praise felt amazing at the time, it might have planted some sneaky seeds of perfectionism that are still growing today. Now, don't get me wrong. Having high standards isn't inherently bad. But when those standards become unrealistic expectations, that's when things can get a little messy. If you find yourself constantly battling anxiety or a paralyzing fear of failure, it might be time to take a closer look at where those feelings are coming from. So, what happens when you've been raised with sky-high expectations? Well, for starters, you might feel like anything less than perfect is a total failure. Sound familiar? It's like you're constantly walking on a tightrope, terrified of making even the tiniest mistake. And let me tell you, that's no way to live your life. Here's a question for you. Do you feel unworthy when you make mistakes? If you're nodding your head so hard it might fall off, you're not alone. This is a classic sign of perfectionism taking over. But here's the truth bomb. Mistakes are not just okay, they're necessary. They're how we learn, grow, and become the awesome humans we're meant to be. Now let's talk about how all of this affects you today. Maybe you're the person who stays up all night triple-checking that work presentation. Or perhaps you've passed up amazing opportunities because you were afraid you wouldn't be good enough. These patterns can seep into every aspect of your life, from relationships to career choices, and even your own self. But here's the good news. You're not stuck with these patterns forever. Recognizing them is the first step, and you're already doing that by being here. So, let's talk solutions, shall we? First up, let's work on reframing those sky-high expectations. Instead of aiming for perfection, try setting realistic, achievable goals. Start small. Maybe it's allowing yourself to submit that report without reading it for the 50th time, or sharing an idea in a meeting even if it's not fully formed yet. Next, let's tackle that fear of failure. Here's a little secret. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every successful person you admire has a long list of failures behind them. So, try to reframe failure as a learning opportunity. What can you take away from it? How can it help you grow? Now, for those of you who feel unworthy when you make mistakes, it's time for some self-compassion. Imagine talking to a friend who made a mistake. Would you berate them and tell them they're worthless? Of course not. So why do it to yourself? Practice treating yourself with the same kindness you'd show a loved one. Let's also work on separating your self-worth from your achievements. You are not your grades, your job title, or your bank balance. You are worthy simply because you exist. Try making a list of things you value about yourself that have nothing to do with your accomplishments. Maybe it's your kindness, your sense of humor, or your ability to make a mean grilled cheese sandwich. Another helpful strategy is to challenge those perfectionist thoughts when they pop up. When you hear that inner voice saying it's not good enough, ask yourself, is that really true? What evidence do you have? Often you'll find that voice is more critical than realistic. Remember, healing from perfectionism is a journey, not a destination. There will be good days and bad days, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep moving forward, one small step at a time. So, here's your homework for this week. Try doing something imperfectly on purpose. Maybe it's sending an email with a typo, gasp, or leaving the dishes in the sink overnight. Notice how it feels, and remind yourself that the world didn't end. Before we wrap up, I want you to know that you're doing great. The fact that you're here, working on yourself, is huge. You're breaking patterns that have been ingrained for years, and that takes courage. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, and you are doing the best you can with the tools you have. And now, you're adding more tools to your toolkit. So be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and keep showing up for yourself. That's all for today, beautiful souls. Keep shining, keep growing, and remember, progress over perfection. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. You've got this.